Hello, and thank you for joining. I'm Grace, Communications Coordinator at Ann Arbor's Office of Sustainability and Innovations, and welcome to Greenlight, where we dig into sustainability in Ann Arbor with the residents who are envisioning, creating, and establishing a sustainable and equitable future for our community. Supporting these goals and presenting this series is A20, the city's plan, framework, vision, and associated actions for creating and implementing a just transition to carbon neutrality community-wide by the year 2030. Today, we're shining the green light on Sean Reynolds, OSI Senior Analyst, to hear about Ann Arbor's new air quality map and alert system. Welcome to the show, Sean.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
Thank you. To start us off, I always ask for the elevator pitch of who you are and what you do.
Yeah, so as you mentioned, I'm a senior analyst in our Office of Sustainability and Innovations. I work on our circularity team. So we are the team that is focused on the resources that we are using here in Ann Arbor. So my individual focus is primarily on our natural resources. So I'm looking at air quality, which we're talking about today, as well as trees and pollinators supporting programs, native plants, things of that sort. But we also have folks on our team who are working on food and on the resources that we make for ourselves to use. So plastics and all of those good things, and figuring out how to be more circular with our use of them and have less stuff going to the landfill.
Yeah, that was a great summary. Thank you. Tell us about the new air quality map and alert system.
Yeah, so very excited to have this new map and alert system up and running. It actually is a really great place to go if you are at all curious about what the air quality is at any given time and want to be alerted when air quality is potentially bad. Because it is a map that shows all 10 of the air quality monitors that we have installed here in the city of Ann Arbor across the city geographically. And it will show each of them as a little dot on the map, and that dot will be colored based off of what the air quality index, or AQI, is currently. So that AQI is the Environmental Protection Agency's standard for reporting air quality. It's actually calculated by taking a look at the concentrations of various different air pollutants, finding the one that is at the highest concentration after you've kind of scaled them against each other, because they all use different units, parts per million or micrograms per whatever. They all get scaled to be relevant to one another, and then you take the one that is at the highest concentration, and then based off of the concentration of that pollutant, you determine what the AQI is. So the AQI can range anywhere from 1 through 6, with 1 being the best air quality. So that's great. Whenever we see a 1, happy to see that. 6 means hazardous. So at the point where we get to an AQI of 6, that is basically an emergency situation in terms of how bad the air quality is.
I see.
Fortunately, we've never seen a 6 here in Ann Arbor since we installed these air quality monitors, but we could possibly get there at some point. So it's really great to have this map up now so folks can go there and see what the air quality currently is. But also there is a way to sign up for alerts. There should be, next to the name of whatever station you're looking at, there should be a little bell icon. It'll have a line through it if you haven't signed up for alerts yet. If you click on that, the line will go away and it'll ask you to put your email in, and then you'll just have to confirm your email through a test email it will send to you. And then whenever the AQI gets to level 4 or higher, you'll get an alert. So level 4 is where we start to see potential health impacts for the majority of the population.
Wow, that's a really cool system. So what would you say the average air quality is in Ann Arbor generally?
It really depends on the time of year and many other factors.
Sure.
So right now in the winter, we generally are seeing better air quality than we are in the warmer months. I just checked this morning and we were at an air quality of 1 today, at least when I checked earlier, which is great. But we have seen AQIs of 3, 4, I think even maybe a 5 here and there. In the summers, especially the last 2 summers, and that is primarily because of wildfire smoke coming over from wildfires happening in Canada and the western United States. That smoke gets blown over here, and then the pollutant that actually is the problem there is particulate matter of 2.5 microns or less, or PM 2.5, you might see it abbreviated as. That just means little small particles of things that are floating around in the air. And so that smoke obviously has little particles of like ash and dust and stuff that are caught up in it. And so that can cause poor air quality days. And we've seen that a few times.
I see. So how can residents view this map?
Yeah, so if you go to a2gov.org/air quality, the map will be embedded right up at the top of that page. If the embed is not working for whatever reason, there is also a link on that page to go to the map separately on a separate tab or window. And then there are some other links on that page as well. We also have a dashboard set up where you can go and learn and look at the individual pollutants that we are measuring. So that map that we just talked about only shows the AQI. So obviously taking like I said, the pollutant that's at the highest concentration. But if you want to look at the concentrations of all the pollutants that we're measuring, you can go to our other dashboard, which our IT department has graciously put up for us, and look at that information.
Those are some fantastic folks in IT.
Yes, they are.
Now, my next question, I know that if you look on your phone, it'll show you a measurement. How is this different from what I might see on like Apple Weather?
Yeah, great question. So our monitors are measuring, so every single one of our monitors measures two different pollutants. One of them is that PM 2.5 that I mentioned earlier. The other one is nitrogen dioxide. So nitrogen dioxide is primarily a result of the burning of fossil fuels. So every time you drive your car, every time you use a gas-burning lawnmower, anything that is using a fossil fuel, the burning of that is going to release nitrogen dioxide. So that is a common one we're going to see. The particulate matter, it can come from things like wildfire smoke. It can also come from the burning of fossil fuels. So there are little bits of particles of smoke and things in your car exhaust as well. So those are the two that we're most likely to see here in Ann Arbor. So all of our monitors are measuring those two. We also have one on the top of City Hall that is also measuring ozone. So ozone is a pollutant that is actually formed by a reaction between those nitrogen dioxide or other nitrous oxides with other compounds in the air, and typically happens more regularly when we have high temperatures and sunny days, because the reaction involves sunlight and heat. So whenever we have really warm days, you could see reactions of the nitrous oxides and those volatile organic compounds create this ozone. But that ozone is sort of at a more, doesn't vary as much at a small scale. So having one monitor to cover the whole city is we think, kind of giving us a good idea of what the ozone looks like. For the particulate matter and nitrogen dioxide, those can vary a lot more on a spatial scale. So that's why we have 10 of these monitors up. And that's also the main difference, to get to your question. I know this is a long-winded way of getting there, but that's the difference between what our map is showing and what we're measuring versus what you might see on your phone, on your weather app. Is that the weather app is actually taking the air quality information from one, maybe two reference monitors that have been calibrated by the Environmental Protection Agency, essentially, and kind of estimating based off of what that reference monitor is seeing in a different area, what the air quality probably is in your area. So the closest reference station to us is actually over in Ypsilanti, which is relatively close. But like I said, those nitrogen dioxide and particulate matter can vary at such a small spatial scale that we felt it was really important to have some of these monitors in our community itself so we can see the actual air quality, like where we are, instead of just having this estimate of what it could be.
Yeah, that's really cool. Thank you for explaining that. Which gets to my next question, which is why did the city install these monitors?
Yeah, so this actually was the impetus of it was the A20 plan, which you mentioned at the top of the episode. So one of the strategies in the A20 plan is to enhance the resilience of our people and our place. And one of the actions under that particular strategy of the plan is to monitor our air and our water quality. We already have our wonderful Ann Arbor Water Department doing all kinds of measurements on the Huron River and some of its tributaries, but nobody at the city was measuring air quality when the A20 plan was published, and so OSI took on the honor, I will say, of getting to do that measurement of our air quality, and so we have put up these air quality monitors in order to keep an eye on our air quality for resilience purposes. So basically, they are there for us to know what our air quality is, because if we do happen to have bad air quality at any point, we need to know that it's happening.
Absolutely.
And have a sense of why it is happening in order to be able to address it moving forward and help to prevent it from happening in the future. It's also really important for folks who live in our community or work in our community or come here to recreate to be able to see what the air quality is and make decisions about what they do outside based off of that. So if you are living in Ann Arbor or coming into work and you see that the AQI is at a 6, hopefully it never gets that high, but as I mentioned earlier, that is essentially like an emergency situation. You need to know that so that you know to limit the time that you're spending outside, wear a mask if you do happen to go outside, not do heavy activities while you're outside, all of these things that the EPA recommends when air quality is poor. And so we're really trying to enhance our resilience of our people and our place by letting people know what is the air quality, make decisions based off that, and then we can also make decisions based off what we're seeing to change policies or practices to make sure that our air quality is as good as it can be.
Yeah, absolutely. How does climate change impact air quality? A super small question, I'm sure.
Yes. So there are a lot of ways. Two of the main ways I want to talk about are the increase of extreme heat days and then also impacts on wildfires. So with extreme heat days, that's one of the things that we're most likely to see here in southeastern Michigan as a climate change effect. And so as I mentioned earlier, ozone is formed by a reaction that happens more readily at higher temperatures and with more sunlight. So if we have extreme heat days, we're more likely to see the formation of that ozone.
I see.
The other thing that extreme heat days do is obviously cause people to turn on their air conditioning units and make those AC units run more often and harder than they would on a non-extreme heat day. And so that extra usage of energy to power our AC units actually then through the burning of fossil fuels to get that energy, unless you were fully powering your AC off of renewables, which hopefully some folks are, but obviously we haven't gotten to the point where everything is powered by renewables. So as of right now, with fossil fuels powering most of our AC units, we are going to be seeing increases in air pollution because of that extra burning of fossil fuels in order to get that necessary cooling in our buildings. The other way that climate change is impacting air quality is, one of the other main ways, I will say, there are lots, is that impact on wildfires. As climate change is progressing, we are seeing that wildfires are becoming more intense and more frequent, sometimes in Michigan, but especially out in western parts of the continent. And so as we are seeing more and more of those wildfires and they're bigger and stronger blazes, we're getting more smoke, and that's why the last couple of summers, states like Michigan and New York have been seeing such poor air quality from that smoke.
Yeah. Wow. Well, thank you that was a great summary of all of the ways that kind of ties together. Last time you joined, you talked about natural features, which you mentioned when you introduced yourself. How does air quality monitoring fit into this broader world of natural features and resources?
Yeah, so it's kind of a two-way street. The air quality obviously can have an impact on our natural features. So we've talked about the potential health impacts of air quality on people, but that doesn't only apply to people. That extends to everything living. So you can have potential air quality effects to your pets. You can have potential air quality effects to our wildlife, to our pollinators, and also to our plants. Our plants can be impacted by air quality as well. But then, on the other hand, natural features are really important for helping to maintain good air quality because, the plants that we have in our ecosystem do a really great job of helping to reduce air pollution. So trees in particular are really great at taking up air pollutants as they are, taking in the air to do their photosynthesis and actually storing some of those pollutants within the trunk of the tree or in the roots of the tree instead of releasing them back into the atmosphere. So they actually are a really great sink, if you will. We talk about carbon sinks. Trees are a great carbon sink as well, but they are also a pollutant sink, so helping to keep those pollutants, take them out of the atmosphere and then keep them out of the atmosphere. So it's really important from that perspective as well.
Yeah, now I know that we had an A20 goal of getting 10,000 trees onto private property. Could you speak on that a little bit?
I can, yes. So we have achieved that goal. We achieved it in the first 4 years of the 10,000 Trees Initiative being in existence. Yes, very exciting. We now have, I believe, 11,151 trees.
Okay.
That might not be the exact number, but it's over 11,000 trees that we have distributed through that program. And those are helping with the, keeping our air quality good, as well as all of the other many things that they do, from water quality benefits, stormwater reduction, shading our houses, everything that those trees do for us.
That is fantastic. Before we go, is there anything else you'd like to share about air quality monitoring or any of the other work that you do?
I will just say again, you can go to a2gov.org/air quality to see most of the information that I just said verbally, as well as learn a little bit more, find some other resources, find that map, be able to sign up for alerts, find the dashboard that has the pollutant, individual pollutant information. You can even download all of the data that we've gotten from the air quality monitors so far if you want to play around with it, do research on it, whatever you want to do. So I would just encourage folks to head to that website and definitely to sign up for those alerts.
Well, thank you, Sean, and thank you for this work that you're doing. I know this is really impactful and meaningful for individuals, organizations, dogs, cats, plants everywhere in Ann Arbor. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that, and thanks for having me here.
Yeah, thank you for joining. You can learn more about air quality monitoring by visiting, as Sean said, a2gov.org/air quality, and more about A20 by visiting a20.org. Have a question you want to ask to a sustainability expert in the city of Ann Arbor, or a story you'd like to share? Let us know at sustainability@a2gov.org. This has been Greenlight. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you again soon.